In today's class, we are going to see what is law of diminishing marginal utility. So before going into the topic, we should know what the base is, right? So we are going to see what is cardinal utility. The cardinal utility was given by neoclassical economists, where they say that utility can be measured. Utility is nothing but the term we get, the satisfaction level we get for the unit we are consuming, the usage that can be measured, they said. So they express this utility as utils. For example, if a person is consuming an apple, we can say that his utils is 7 or 8. That is cardinal utility. This law of diminishing marginal utility itself is based on this cardinal utility only. So then what is marginal utility? Marginal utility, marginal is that additional made to the last unit. Okay. So utility is the usage. So what is the additional usage a person is getting from adding one more? For example, if a person is eating 5 apples, then if he is having the sixth apple, what is the satisfaction or utility level? The additional made unit, no? For that, what is the utility? That we say as marginal utility. And the concept of marginal utility is used in everything, everywhere, everything. Okay. So now we'll see what is law of diminishing marginal utility. We know what is marginal utility. We know what is cardinal utility. Now we are going to see of law of diminishing marginal utility. So first, H.H. Gosser was the first man who gave and formulated this law of diminishing marginal utility. But the credit goes to Marshall. Why so? Because he is the one who gave this theory on basis of cardinal analysis. And he also gave definitions, assumptions, and how law works. So first we'll see what is the definition Marshall gave. The additional benefit which a person is derived from an increase of a stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. In simple words, we may say that if a person is getting the same item over and over again, the satisfaction level for the additional unit will decrease. That is the base of this law. So we'll see that if there is a law, there'll be certain assumptions. They'll assume certain things, right? So that is this assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. So first, utility can be measured. They say it is an unrealistic assumption, but they are assuming to prove this law. Okay. That is, our utility level can be measured like 1, 2, 3. Then the money, but the money will not come under this law. Money will remain constant. Even we have more money, the value or the utility level will not diminish for money. Then the consumer should be rational. Rational in sense, a consumer should be a normal consumer where he could spend minimum and he should get maximum satisfaction. The units of the commodity can be measurable or reasonable in size. It should be a reasonable size where we can measure one apple or one mango like that. The commodity you should be homogeneous, uniform in character. If he is having 10 units of a product, the 10 units should be in same weight, height, quality, taste. For example, if he is having one mango, the 10 mango should be in same weight, quality, taste, and color. Then the consumption period, that is, he should consume it in a equal and continuous interval, then only this law works. And last, the person's fashion, habit, taste, preference should not change. It should be stable. He should, when he is eating the first apple till the last apple, his satisfaction or his character should not change. Then only this law will work. So now we go into this law. What this law says. As we said earlier itself, law of diminishing marginal utility is when the consumer is continuously consuming more units of the same commodity, its marginal utility will diminish. In simple words, the more and more he takes a thing, the less the satisfaction he gets from it by the additional unit. Then only it's law of diminishing marginal utility. So we have an illustration where he gave an example with an apple. Marginal utility is the additional unit. Total utility is the total utility he is getting from it. So first we will see First, they are consuming one apple, he is very hungry, so his marginal utility and total utility is same. When he is consuming the second apple, the marginal utility, see, it's diminishing. The total utility will increase obviously until he is fully satisfied. His total utility going to be increasing. But see the marginal utility, the additional utility will decrease. First apple taste will not be there in second apple, right? The first apple quench will not be there in second apple. So 20, then 15, third apple is 10, and fourth apple is 5, and its total utility is 50. See, fifth apple, when he's taking fifth apple, he is no more like, I have no more space for my stomach. I don't want, I'm very not hungry now. So the total utility remains constant, 50. He is no more hungry. In this state, nothing moves. See, if they are giving the sixth apple to eat, then he'll have negative marginal utility. That is, he is not having any utility for it. He is dissatisfied. So minus 5. So the total utility also will diminish. And seventh apple, obviously more diminishing. So this what he says, that law of diminishing marginal utility. Till the first to 7, the utility level will decrease. So total utility will increase, and at one stage it will be constant, and then it started to decline. This is what this law says. Okay. We said this earlier itself. The more and more the unit he is getting, the total utility will increase, stable and diminish, but the marginal utility will become negative. 0, negative. We'll see with the diagram, then you will have a clear idea. Here in y-axis, we have total utility and marginal utility. In x-axis, we have units of apple. So we know he is having 7 apples, and this utility level is measured here. First, this red line, this red curve is determining the TU, that is total utility, where it is increasing. And in fourth apple, it is stable. Till fifth apple, it was stable. After fifth apple, his hunger is over, so it started to decline. But if you see the marginal utility, this gray shaded area, this is marginal utility. See, when he is consuming the first, it is high, then it is low. Second apple, it was like only 15. Then third apple, it's even more low. Fourth apple, he was okay. Fifth apple, he is like no utility. I zero utility. That we say as zero utility. He doesn't have any use for that, but he ate that. But if he given the sixth apple, then it goes like minus 5. Then seventh apple is minus 10. So it's diminishing. See the yellow line? It is diminishing. This is why we say this law of diminishing marginal utility. So as every law has its assumptions, its criticism is also there. So we are going to see the criticisms of law of diminishing marginal utility. First, the first criticism is utility cannot be measured. We cannot say one person is having one apple means he, then we may say he may get the satisfaction of 10. One may get for 5. So utility is subjective. It is not even or equal to all. So we cannot measure. Then, as I said, it's the unrealistic assumption. Money is constant. Human hassle. A person cannot able to eat everything at a time. So he's not going to buy at a time. So this is based on unrealistic assumptions. The law is not applicable to indivisible commodities. Indivisible commodities, in the sense, a big or large commodities cannot be used in this law. Then every law has its exceptions. This law may not applicable for all the products. So we are some of the exceptions. First is hobbies. Hobbies is nothing but if you are more in drawing or you are in playing. If you are doing more and more, you are not going to get tired of it. You are going to be more. Actually, it's an opposite, right? So hobbies, drunkards. If a person is drinking more, if he is drinking 2 bottles, he is not going to ask, say that I'm enough. I'm having utilities completed. I'm going to not drink more than this. No, right? So for drinkers, Messiah is the person who's spending very less, even though he is having a lot of money, he'll spend very less. So for him also this law will not applicable. Hobbies only, this music, poetry, readings, everything comes under hobbies, right? For music and poetry, if you're writing more and more, you're not going to get diminishing. Your utility will increase and you will do more, right? Readings also in the same way. So these are the exceptions of law. I hope you all understand this concept of law of diminishing marginal utility, cardinal utility analysis, attached everything further in Word. And if you want to further reference, I attached link to it. You can go into description and see that. And if you want to test your knowledge, make sure you take the test in Google Questionnaire, where I attached link in description for you. Hope you all enjoyed this class. I'll see you later. Bye.